I just thought I'd make a real quick video on how to measure your wrist for one of my bracelets for my Etsy shop. Okay, so this is my jig. When I got this jig, it had these buckles on both sides. And because these kind of bracelets use a bigger buckle, I needed to add bigger buckles. So I placed them on the sides like this. So you can see where I added the screw. I tried to do it in the middle so that I could have two of them, but it only worked like this. So you can see this is a size 8, okay? Can you see that? So this bracelet is a size 8. I put it in here, and then I put it in here, and it's kind of stretched out, but it is a size 8. So when I take it off, I'm going to show you how I measure it. My wrist is a size 8. It's 8 inches long, and it's a little loose. It's not that loose. I usually would wear 8 1/4 or 8 1/2, only because, well, about an 8 1/2, only because I don't like it to be that tight. But it is 8 inches long. Okay. This, if you're measuring this like this, you will see that this bracelet is about, remember, we're not measuring this thing because this thing goes inside here. This appears to be about 8 3/4 inches long. But if I put it around my wrist, it fits perfectly. There's not a lot of room. It's 8 inches. So when I put this together, I made a couple of bracelets before I decided on this this length or the placement of these things based on this. Now, what I'm measuring is, I'm not measuring the length. I'm measuring the circumference. So when I buckle it, let's see if I can get this in here. When I buckle this thing and put this inside here, it is about, well, it's a little less than 8 inches, but it's not too tight on me. It fits me perfectly. It shows the 8 inches right there, and here's the metal part of it. But you know, you saw that it was on me. So we're not measuring the length of it, we're measuring the inside, okay? That's what we're measuring. Because the length doesn't matter, because we have this thickness right here. So the length doesn't matter because we're measuring the inside of the bracelet. And I'll show you again. My wrist is 8 inches. Okay, and I'm not, you know, fudging it. It is 8 inches, and this bracelet is an 8-inch bracelet, and it fits. So the measurement for these little ones is the same 8 inches as the big ones, 8 inches. So remember, when you're measuring your wrist, I always tell people, when you're measuring your wrist, to measure it, but make sure that you can fit a finger in there, so that, because otherwise you're going to get a bracelet that's too tight. So I would normally wear an 8.5 because I don't want it to be too tight. But a size 8 would fit me because this one does fit me. So remember, when you're measuring it, you're not measuring it all the way from one side of the buckle to the other side. You're not measuring it from here to here. You're more measuring it from here to here. So if you measure your bracelet or your wrist, whatever, and you measure 8 inches, this is what you're going to get. This is an 8-inch long bracelet. And it is a little tight in this thing because I stretch it really tight to make sure that it is tight. And see, this is 8 inches. So there you go. And oops, sorry about that. I just wanted to make this short video to let anybody know who wants to buy a bracelet how to measure your wrist for one of my bracelets, because I want to make sure you're happy. And if your bracelet isn't the right size for whatever reason, just let me know and I will fix it. So thank you for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful night.